Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another edition of PZ85 Plays. I am your Game Master Double H, and as you well know by now, war never changes. Our modifius Fallout game with a bang or a whimper continues here tonight. As always, let's begin by introducing our cast, beginning with the co-owner and creator of Podzilla 1985, our resident Brotherhood of Steel initiate Shannon Young plays Cassidy McGoldrick.
We are gone.
Okay. Also, Luna Roxy, our Vault Dweller, is played by Lindsay Wolfgong.
I have no idea what's going on.
The man known only as Parvo is played by Ryan Casper, a.k.a. the Kazman.
Ka-chow, ka-chow.
Greg the Ghoul comes to you by way of Asa Gray.
Here we go.
And everyone's favorite, Mr. Gutsy Chef, is played by Stephen Bright.
Where's Potted Plant? Hunter?
That was as serious as I ever got through that. I don't know how I managed. I kept going like I'm gonna screw it up. I'm gonna screw it up. If this is your first dip into the Fallout foray with us, you're gonna want to double back a few episodes now. Is this episode 5? Are we 4 or 5? This is 5, right?
4.
This is episode 4.
1, 2, 3.
Episode 5. This is
No, yeah,
It's gotta be
five.
episode 5. I started to say because we've added
I came
new
in-
people.
Yeah, because I came in
Yeah.
at 3, and then, yeah, okay.
So this is episode 5. For the record, this is a one-shot, but as we usually do, these get stretched into multiple episodes. We've never done a single episode anything, I don't think, and that's just kind of the way it works when you do this kind of thing as a podcast. But let's give you a brief recap in the time that our friends here have spent in the Fallout world. They have come together as a group, served as the town militia, investigated a killing, come to find that they've been attacked by the townspeople who weren't actually the townspeople because they've been replaced by what Cassidy correctly identified as synths from the Institute. And when we ended last week's episode, at least a couple of them were making their way to the trade post to see if any additional information could be gleaned about what is happening before making any final decisions. Did I get all that right? Did I forget anything?
No, you get it, buddy.
All right. Well, then let's jump right into it. It was Luna and Greg, for the record, who were heading to the town trading post in the wake of that massive battle in the town square. People are still quite scared. The rest of the group had headed back to the clinic to speak to the doctor about what he might know. Luna, Greg, as you guys head toward the trade post, it is kind of a medium-sized building. It's pretty desolate, kind of close to the edge of town. And it's pretty much just like a makeshift marketplace for scavengers and traders from other places to do business. So you've got your main marketplace near the town square for the locals, and then these guys come in from all over the place. A recent streak of cold and then of course storms too means that business has not been great. As you guys head up to the building, you can see from a distance, since part of it is kind of open, that there appear to only be 2 people there: the quartermaster and a leather-clad, kind of brutish looking some sort of scavenger, probably identifiable by their common baseball gear as somebody who is probably from Diamond City. Shannon, you want to hit them with that Diamond City knowledge? What's Diamond City?
Diamond City is a city built in, I believe, oh god, which baseball park is it?
Fenway
Park, yeah. So
Yep.
they basically took Fenway Park and turned it into a little civilization, and it's it's the biggest civilization in Fallout 4, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's one where a major portion of the story takes place, and where it will take place a year from what's happening with you guys right now. With that information in mind, I actually would like for you guys to tell me who the quartermaster is. I've asked you in the past to create NPCs for these towns, and so I would like for the group to tell me collectively who is the quartermaster. What do we know about them?
Well, the quartermaster is Greg's best friend.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense.
That sounds right. Yeah, here we go.
Greg is pretty familiar with the trading post because, as he has want to do forever, essentially, he just kind of bounces around, and this is the kind of place that he comes to find little odd jobs and things to do to get to know the townsfolk and get settled into the area. And he would have done this a while back.
Sure, absolutely. What else do we know about this person? Male, female, presenting, name,
Female.
appearance.
You know what? Progressive. She's female.
Okay, what's her name?
Luna Roxy.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's too
my name.
obvious.
Her name
Roxy Luna.
is Betsy Martin.
Okay.
Betsy
Human
Martin.
ghoul, super mutant.
Look, I'm not thinking.
Oh,
Human.
Yeah, it can't
Human?
be no super mutant.
Okay. Yeah.
Superhuman.
About how old is Betsy?
Superhuman.
She's like 53.
Okay, so she's like middle age, moving on
Oh,
up
that
there.
ain't gonna go so well in the Fallout world. You don't have
Gotcha.
that long of life.
Hey, that means that she's been kicking around a long time. It would make sense that this person might be quartermaster, given that they're the kind of person who understands rationing and survival and those sorts of things. So as the two of you are making your way closer toward the trade post, you can hear and now sort of see that Betsy and whoever the scavenger are engaged in some sort of an argument, and it's getting heated. As the two of you get close enough to start to hear words, the words actually stop because the scavenger pulls a 10mm pistol and aims it at Betsy. Now, this person does not pull the trigger, but she steps back, hands up. What would you like to do?
See? Who's this?
Well, that draws everyone, and by everyone I mean the remaining two of them, is attention toward you, Greg. Betsy says, somebody needs to tell this guy I don't know who he is. And the scavenger says, the hell she doesn't. She owes me money.
What does she owe you money for?
Okay, so at this point, I'll kind of delineate. You got some possible approaches here. It's kind of a skill test thing, the way that it would be handled in a Fallout game. If you guys are wanting to sort of keep the peace, negotiate, talk with them, see what's going on, I will need a specific kind of test for that, and I'll tell you what that is in a minute. If you would like to instead maybe threaten the scavenger, force them to back down, that's also an option. Or you can attempt to disarm the scavenger before this goes any further. Which of those approaches appeals the most to the two of you?
I would probably attempt to disarm personally.
When you say disarm, do you mean like physically, like remove their weapon, or just like...
Yes.
Take
Yeah,
their
it would
arm.
be a physical disarmment.
Okay.
I want to take their arm
Yeah.
off. I like
That's
that
what
idea.
I would lean towards.
You
to
also can
disarm
do
them.
two different approaches if you want.
Greg would try to keep the peace.
Okay, so Greg, I need you to
He would try to
make
talk.
a-
He would try to talk it out.
I need you to make a test. So your target number is going to be a combination of your charisma score and either your barter or speech, whichever is higher. Okay.
Neither of those are gonna be.
That's why I didn't go that way.
Okay. Yeah. So. Oh no. We'll get it. We might. That's post show. So I have nothing in either barter or speech, and my charisma's a 4.
Excuse me. Okay, so your target number is a 4. While you're doing that, Luna, if you're going to attempt to disarm the scavenger, you're going to make an agility plus athletics test. So add your agility and athletics, and that's your target number.
It's
It's
a
a
10.
Okay.
And it's a D20.
So yeah, 2d20s. You both rolled 2d20s. Yep. Excuse me.
I got a 1.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Look at that.
I did not do good. I had a 13 and a 15.
You did not. That is correct. So basically what's going to happen here, well, first of all, does anyone want to use any action points to add a d20 there?
I will do one to roll one more.
Okay.
This is only these two, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not
Yep.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened with you guys at the end of the last adventure with the doctor, that is
I got a
what
2
that's
this
all
time.
taking place. Awesome. That is all taking place at the same time as this.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Yep.
Thanks. Sorry.
Yep.
context.
That is all simultaneous. Okay. Greg, what do you want to say to attempt to keep the peace? Like what kind of things? I'm not it doesn't affect your performance in general. You've already succeeded. I just want to know.
I don't know this fella here, but I've known Betsy a long time. She is my best friend, and if she says she doesn't know you, and you say she owes you money, I'm gonna hear something from you, buddy. I'm Greg the Ghoul, by the way.
Okay. Your sort of verbal disarmament is enough to at least throw this guy off his game. For the record, he's wearing some kind of like cloth wrapping mask, so it's difficult to see like who this person is. But it's enough for him to go.
Oh,
He kind of tilts his head. Like,
if I had known he was wearing a mask, then I absolutely would have said, "Fella, she doesn't know who you are because she can't see that beautiful face of yours."
he tilts his head to the side, kind of like a dog that's like quizzical about what you're doing, and goes, "What the? are you talking about? And before he finishes that sentence, Luna, how would you go about disarming him? I mean, he's just pistol out at Betsy the whole time.
And if he's distracted, I'm probably just going to go up, grab his wrist, and twist it to take the gun out.
Yeah, perfect. So you kind of like chop block his wrist. The pistol goes into your hand, and you're able to kind of like twist his arm around. I love it. Phenomenal. All right. Well, the guy is effectively like not really trying to fight back, but he's clearly upset by the fact that this has happened. But at this point, Betsy has also retrieved her own weapon and aimed it toward him in a way of not diffusing, obviously, the situation, but at least settling the odds a little bit, given that she's part of the town proper. What do you guys want to do next? How do you want to approach this?
If I see that Betsy, you put that away. We don't need. There's no need for this. We can figure this out. Easy peasy.
Okay. One of the two of you needs to make a test of either charisma or strength, whichever is better, plus your speech score.
I would have a 6. What do you got, Asa?
A 6 is your best option?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have an 8.
I say you do it.
Okay.
Technically, you both can, if you want.
Is it 2d20 again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is everything pretty much 2d20, like for challenges like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I forgot you guys are back to...
I got a 3.
All right. Awesome. So that's one success. Luna, you want to do yours too? I was going to take away an action point, but then I remembered that Greg generated one because he rolled a crit.
Oh, yeah. So I can, yeah. That I wasn't paying attention to. Nope.
Okay. You want to use one?
Yeah, since I seem to have better luck when I use the action points than when I don't.
All right. I'll put you back at 3.
Nope.
All right. So your disarming of the scavenger means that he's not interested in talking to you, and so he clams up pretty quickly. Greg, on the other hand, Betsy does lower her weapon, but she wants to keep this guy at arm's length and make sure he doesn't try anything. She tells you that she has never seen this guy before again. She says he came in claiming that she owed him some caps. When she stood up for herself, he got irate and drew his weapon. So pretty much what you heard up to this point. She also makes a point to mention that people keep telling her that this kind of thing keeps happening. People keep telling her that they've come in and traded stuff, and it's people she's never seen before in her life. She kind of offhandedly mentions that, this is not the first time. This is just the first one to go south.
Would I, since I've been in the settlement for like not super long, but long enough, would I recognize this dude or any of the people that he's with?
So he's alone. The scavenger is alone. The one that threatened her.
Oh.
Yeah, and he doesn't, even if you like,
Wait,
you can
is he
pull
the one
away the
that's
wrappings or anything like that.
Is he the one that's in the baseball gear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, is Betsy in the baseball gear too?
No.
Did you say there was two people in baseball gear?
Betsy's the quartermaster,
Nope.
and then the
Just the
scavenger's the
scavenger.
one in the baseball
okay,
gear.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So he's an out-of-towner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from out of town. You guys would know in character that he's probably from Diamond City,
Right.
based on his appearance.
Okay.
And when I say baseball gear, I'm talking about like broken batting helmet, like probably doesn't have the ear flap on one side.
Mhm.
He might even have like some modified cleats or something like that. May have part of a jersey where you'd see like the number on the back or the front, something like that. Jersey, I guess, shirt, uniform, whatever you want to call it.
I would ask Betsy, given what we have heard from Cassidy. Now, Betsy, are you feeling yourself? How are you doing?
I need you to make another test. It's going to be your intelligence plus any medicine score you might have.
Yep, that's another 4.
You could also.
Greg's real friendly, but he's real
If
dumb.
you want.
I was going to
So
say,
far,
if I
he's on a
can
roll.
help, I'll do this one too, because I at least have
I
a
rolled
little
low,
better
but not
than that.
low enough.
Yep.
Let me
Looney, you can try it if you want.
let me try. At least have a 9 to work with.
Okay.
Please be better. Of course not. Oh my gosh, the dice hate me today.
You guys still have 3 action points if you want to spend any of them.
I would say
Okay.
Lindsay do one.
Yep, I'll do another one.
Okay.
I spend all our points.
Damn it!
And
I
11
can't
again.
say it.
No.
Hunter, I'm sending you a joke.
Nope.
Okay. The two of you weren't really involved in the conversations with the doctor at the clinic enough to really know exactly what this might mean. So it's kind of like you've got both pieces of the puzzle. You just cannot figure out how to put them together.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, the situation is diffused. Betsy's very confused, but if this guy is willing to walk away, she's willing to let him go. He, for the record, hasn't said anything since he's been disarmed. He clammed up immediately.
I don't necessarily want to persuade him, but I'm going to mention to him, we've got some issues going on, and she may be a victim. Can we just let this go for now?
Yeah, he gives you kind of a curt nod and says, yeah, I guess, but I will be back for my money.
Okay.
How much does she owe you?
50 caps.
50 caps. Okay. That's all I
On
was.
the record. Okay.
That's all I was. That's what I was.
I ain't got that. I
information
can't
was
help.
after.
Sorry.
I got you. So yeah, if you guys are willing to let it go at that, then pretty much the whole thing is resolved. The guy will pack up his stuff and leave. Betsy goes back to her work and says if there's anything she can do to help you to let her know. But she's pretty clearly shaken up and kind of distraught about what happened. I mean, she's a tough old bird, but still having a gun pointed at your face is not an easy thing to get by with.
Now, Betsy, I know it has been a difficult day for all of us, hasn't it? But it would do me just such a big help if you would let me and my best friend here use the crafting table. I'm not thinking that's the right flavor of the word that I'm using right
Oh, it's
now.
fine.
And this is an odd sentence for me to be saying to you, Betsy. I know.
Workbench.
But if we could use that workbench to try to see what got into old Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, she steps aside and says, "Yeah, you know, whatever you need, it's fine. It's there for the using. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back."
And then no one spoke.
I wonder if Greg should ask Betsy if she recognizes him.
I'm gonna assume she does because she didn't be like, I don't know who
Who are
you are.
you?
How do you know my name?
So Asa, I don't know if you've ever said this, but how old is Greg? Like in the fall, did you ever write that out? Like, is he one of them old ghouls or?
Greg is from the before war. From before war times.
Gotcha. I legitimately thought that Kaz
He's
was going
old
to play a
school.
super mutant.
Which was a
Superhuman.
terrible idea for me to do because like you would think then that like if Greg has been around for so long that he would be incredibly knowledgeable of the fallout of the world that he lives in.
Not if
and
he's
not
self-absorbed.
He's not. Oh, he is not
He
self-absorbed
might just be
at
in
all.
his little
He is-
bubble.
He is not self-absorbed at all. He makes friends everywhere he goes, apparently.
They're all his best friends.
So selfless. Okay, so basically, you guys have those synth components, and you're wanting to, Greg, take a look at one and kind of see what you're looking at here.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Greg is hoping to see what's wrong with Tommy.
Okay.
Out of character, it's like, is there any information on these things that will tell us have they always been synths, or are these actual people who have been replaced?
Okay. So the test you're going to need to make is an intelligence plus repair test. Intelligence plus repair or science, whichever of the two is better.
Well, it wasn't the repair that I have a problem with. It was the intelligence part because Bray's very stupid. But I do
Got a
have
9 if you want me to try.
I have 2. Yeah, that's still going to be better because I have 2
that
to
the
repair and
dice
2 to
like
science.
me.
A 9 is better than a 6, which is what I would be working with. Although we do
Okay.
have all 5. Like, we have several of them, so I'm assuming we won't get to try 5 times, but Cassidy
Yeah,
did
I mean,
give...
I would say
I'll let
this
you
is
try
the kind
5
of thing
times.
where they're all pretty much identical. If you can figure one out, you can figure out the rest.
well, I just meant, like, if we
component is,
fail
the
on, like,
same
the
thing.
first 2, are we going to...
Destroy them.
Do we get...
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I guess that remains to be seen, huh?
do we get 10 rolls to try to
We shall see.
break
Which one
break a 6.
Which one do you want to start with?
We're starting with Tommy
Okay.
because that's the original one that Greg grabbed, and then Cassidy gave the rest of them to
Sounds good.
whenever we split up.
Okay,
So your target number, who's rolling?
Okay.
Luna's rolling?
I am.
Lindsay's
Yeah.
rolling.
Target number's, did you say a 9?
9.
Okay.
Please, better rolls. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
I
well,
broke it.
yeah. So you put it into the C clamp and started turning, and you got distracted, and the next thing you know, you hear crunch. You look back, and it's just
Lindsay, that's one of the worst rolls you could have gotten.
destroyed.
Tommy, no.
I know, right?
Yeah, that component is full blown destroyed. Oops.
Oh boy.
Oops.
Hey, that's
4 components remain.
I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. We still got the other ones. Try this one, and I hand her one of the other ones that we from the people that we fought.
Which one?
Who? So it was the mayor. It was Tommy.
How
and
about
then-
the one that I was talking to in the market?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We never gave that guy a name. I don't
Mark.
think you guys actually got a name from him.
Mark.
Mark. His name is Mark.
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 It was Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. What a story.
I got a 7 and a 9.
Okay, so technically
Wait.
those are both successes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And the
All right.
9 was the number I had to hit for sure.
Okay. Well, for the record, you needed 2 successes this time. The difficulty was a 2. So after crunching one, you are exceptionally careful with the next one. And not only are you capable of, not breaking it, but also getting into it to take a closer look at it. What you might know in terms of technology like this is not, first of all, it's not relevant to the vault. This is not anything you grew up with, or not even similar to anything that you grew up with. But the longer that you study it and the more you kind of poke and prod around inside, A, it's extremely advanced tech. B, it functions in much the same way that the human brain does, which is probably something you would have learned in your vault education growing up, in there. The kind of thing that you learn in regular schooling there. What's unique about it is that, so it's like a set of memories, for lack of a better term. This seems like an AI core, like it's learning, or it was capable of learning before it was, removed from its host. And it has sequences and gaps in it. Now, what exactly that memory is that's recorded on there, whatever data is recorded on it, is not clear. But there are sections of it that are broken. So it's not like this thing has 2 gigs of storage space and you've used 1 gig full. Well, maybe, but it's not like filling a glass up from the bottom. It's like sequences are missing from whatever is recorded on there. It's corrupted data, I guess you'd say, for lack of a better term. And less corrupted than it probably more accurately, you would say it looks incomplete.
Okay.
Like this thing was trying to compile a full set of data and there are missing chunks in it. Nothing that is available to you at a workbench, though, is going to get you any farther than that. It becomes pretty clear after a couple of minutes of study. You're not going to be able to view that information in any reasonable way.
Okay.
So then I think it's time. But we should probably go and check on our friends. Before we
agree.
do, I wanna double check and make sure that Betsy's all right.
Okay. We can check on Betsy.
As you guys kind of double back around to the main area where she is in her counter, sort of the trading post, she looks at the two of you, and there's kind of this vacant look for a second. You literally see it wash over her face, and then she says, "Well, howdy, strangers. What can I do for you?"
Stranger, Betsy, why are you always so silly? It's me, Greg. Greg the
Kinda
Ghoul.
scrunches up her face and says, "How do you know my name?" She looks down for a minute thinking she has a name tag and then remembers that she's literally never worn a name tag in her entire life.
We just. Why are you goofing? You helped me get settled here. We just helped you out with the big baseball fella.
Well, you
let us
sure are full of stories there, Chief. She looks at Luna and says, "Is he all right?"
Yeah, he's fine. Greg, let's go.
Okay, bye, Betsy.
See you guys. She's very confused.
As we're walking away, yeah, she's definitely having problems. We need to let Cassidy know.
Cassie has a situation. Don't worry.
Cassidy spilled something on his carpet, I think.
No.
Oh no.
No. Cassidy looked down and saw a gigantic spider crawling around and was like, "Ooh, what are you?" And I was like, "Oh, this is another recluse, isn't it? Because I got about 90 of them." But it was actually a big ass wolf spider, and he was running straight for the glue trap. And I was like, "No!" So I had to dive and save him.
I thought you made friends with all of them so you can control them like the Pied Piper.
I am a fan of wolf spiders because they hunt the recluses.
Hell yeah.
So I
you
wanted
need
to
to get
make
more of
sure. Yeah, I wanted to make sure nothing bad happened to him. He took off. The problem is I don't know where he went. He's somewhere under my feet, and he's really big. Now here's the good news: wolf spiders are harmless, but he's really big.
Right. If you wake up with him on your chest, you're going to be very concerned.
I don't care how harmless he is. Anyway, I'm here.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to kind of step back for a minute. You guys are able to get back to the town square with no difficulty, which is where you will find the remaining 3 members of your team also returning from that visit to the clinic and speaking with the doctor. So the 5 of you meet back up at the town square where things are starting to try to get back to normal, but people are still clearly very scared. There's a lot of hushed discussion. And where people are like helping other people set things back up in place and repair stuff, there's almost no talk. There's also a lot of wary eyes still kind of in your direction because that's the wildest thing they've seen in a year of settlement here at New Freeland. Nothing like that has ever happened here. And so people are still very scared and concerned about what's going on. So I'll leave it to you guys to decide how that conversation goes, and I will be right back.
I immediately start explaining to Cassidy in just the most useless terms. The gizmos and the doodads, they're not all there. It's not the brain. Well, first she crushed Tommy's brain, so I don't think we can help him. But the second one, it was missing the neutrinos and the gadgemetrons. True, they're not fully. They weren't intact anymore.
Okay.
Can we roll do an intelligence roll on that?
I did. I passed.
Chef, did you get all that?
I think he said that the data is either corrupted or it's data that isn't complete yet.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what he's trying to relay to us.
Yeah, my best friend Chef's repeating for me.
I didn't know you two knew each other.
Yeah, we met. We fought. Why does everybody just keep on forgetting about old Greg?
Oh, yeah. So
It's just
quartermaster doesn't recognize anybody. She's having similar symptoms.
Wait,
Cassidy,
to,
you would definitely
our
know who the
ghoul.
quartermaster is.
you talking about Betsy DeVos?
Yes.
Betsy Bryant? What was her name? Betsy Watson?
Martin.
No.
Betsy
She got
Martin.
less yachts.
Martin. Wait, so she's showing the same characteristics that these guys did before they went all crazy.
She
on
didn't
us?
recognize either of us.
All right.
Well, she did the first time.
Cassidy's gonna pull out his laser pistol and go like, "Let's go talk to the
Time
quartermaster."
to kill it.
Yep.
Let's go kill it. I'm ready. Let's do it. You know what I like to do.
Actually, hold on there, Parvo.
No, let's go do this. Best to put them out of their misery. It's more humane this way.
I'm gonna show the doctor, or I'm gonna show them what the doctor told us. Because I wrote it all, or he gave me that clipboard, everything he wrote down in case he forgot it again. So, and I'll explain to them that something is going on. I think the two things are related. This might not be a synth we're talking about. It seems like human beings are also losing their memory, and we're not sure why. But the doctor did point me to this spot out in the wilderness, and there's something weird going on there. So I think if we go here, we might find the answers we're looking for.
So just to parse the information for the audience in case they're behind on this too. Here's what the doctor told that group of 3 at the end of our previous game. Joseph, that ghoul tarberry farmer from the first episode, who they ran into, was the first patient the doctor treated who showed symptoms of memory loss and irrational behavior. Over a few days, the doctor has dealt with at least a dozen other similar cases, several of which have led to full-on psychotic breaks. Originally, the doctor thought that this might be a viral in nature situation, the memory loss and such, due to exponentially increasing in rate over the couple of weeks. But they since then determined that the cause of the problem was a side effect of a hidden device in the town. In the town's cold fusion power generator. The problem is accessing that device without destroying the generator is impossible. The only hope to do that would be to shut down the generator, but it's what powers the GEC, the Garden of Eden creation kit, that keeps the whole operation at New Freeland running. The sustainable electricity, the whole settlement would have to relocate if it were shut down. The doctor then uncovered signal activity from that device transmitting to a hidden set of coordinates in the wilderness. He does not know what the purpose of that signal is or what's at the coordinates. He has not had time to go and investigate that. And that's what he knows and what he wrote down such that he himself wouldn't forget it.
And this would confirm. So what we found in Mark's circuit board brain confirms that it is affecting both synths and like biologicals. Because Joseph, the ghoul, was
that
not...
I cannot say.
Okay. But whenever they went after Joseph, he didn't have like metal parts when he died. He was like...
Correct.
He was gooey.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So this all could be tied together. Maybe whatever is making humans forget what they are doing is also making ghouls go crazy and forget things. There's this could all be related to the synths. And before we start running around and killing everybody, Parvo, maybe we should check this first. And I'm sure there's going to be something there you can kill.
Touche. Okay.
Been in the wilderness. There's a lot of real unfriendly stuff out there.
Yeah, but Greg, I am confident that you can make friends with them.
Oh, no, I was just encouraging my best friend Parvo.
Oh, you two know each other. That's great.
Yeah, we just met earlier.
Oh,
I have no idea who this person is.
It's me, Greg. Greg the Ghoul.
No, it's so great. Also, really quick, can you guys just cover your ears really quick, everybody? Cassie's making a motion for them all to cover their ears.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And as they do
Luna
so...
does it without thinking.
As they do so, he just turns around and just goes, "Ah!" Just screams out loud. He turns around with a smile. All right, let's go.
Well, for the record, Chef and everyone in the middle of town also definitely heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Chef has no ears to cover. So he's welcome to move his like pincher arms up if he wants to mimic the motion.
I do not.
No, he does not. Also, Chef,
one of the
Potted Plant might be there.
Wait,
Okay,
can he
let's
hear
go,
you?
guys.
Like beyond the screaming?
Oh, yeah, he's right there.
Oh, I thought he was still in town. My bad.
You're all still in town. Everyone's still in town. Nobody left.
I
Nobody
think
went
this
anywhere
forgetful
yet.
thing's starting to affect me too.
By the way, Greg is still covering his ears.
Greg.
I just reach over and I just kind of like,
Down.
I just kind of motion for him to take him down. Just like, come on, like down.
Okay, I just want...
Yeah, it's like on Terminator 2 when Connor just like pushes his leg down. You can put your leg down now.
One of the townsfolk kind of steps in and is like clearly very wary, but makes a point to step in close to Cassidy. He seems maybe the sanest of everyone at this point. And makes mention, of course, he's got like a few others in tow that are they look kind of nervous to come and speak, but he says, "Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. We just want to let you know that we've kind of couldn't help but overhearing." Looks at you again. Couldn't help but overhearing what you guys are planning, and we really appreciate it because people are freaked out right now. Like they need some hope and they need somebody looking into these things, and clearly we don't have that kind of leadership left here. So if you need anything from us, we can't just give stuff away. Our livelihood kind of depends on it, but we can probably work with you, maybe offer you some discounts or a few things we got laying around. If you're planning on heading out there to see what this thing is, we might be able to help.
Look, I need two things right now if you've got them. I need stim packs and I need power armor.
One of them actually says, "Hang on just a minute," and runs off. A second or two later, a few seconds later, they come back. They actually ran into the clinic and comes back with 2 stim packs, like fully loaded stim packs.
How much?
They're yours. The doctor's useless anyway. If there's anything we're easily trading in pretty regularly these days, it's those things.
All right. Well, I'm satisfied. Anybody else need anything before we go?
That's your name, friend.
His name is Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
I would like to see if he could procure some chemicals to maybe whip up something for you guys to eat before we head out.
I'm
I've seen your food.
Devils.
I am not hungry.
I'm gonna look at Greg
But
and
they help
especially at Parvo and say, I don't want them eating anything right now that you could serve them.
Good.
You can consume it however you want. You can inhale it or inject it. It does not matter to me.
I've never inhaled food before. That sounds awesome.
No.
You know when you're... Oh, I can't... I wanted to jump in so bad and be like, you know when you're really hungry and people are like, man, you just inhaled
inhaled
that.
it.
Like, that's what he's talking about.
Chef, save it for the celebration dinner. Once we find potted plants and we save this town.
He's
But
supposed to
my
create
meals
those
could
suppository
give us
states.
Would save
advantages
Christmas.
if we run into any trouble.
Well, I don't like what he's saying, but I respect his right to say it, so okay.
What do you have on you, Chef? Like, what do you still currently possess in terms of, drugs?
Food.
I only had that one jet hit. I have flamer fuel and fusion cells.
Okay, so basically what I'm hearing is you don't actually possess any of them right now.
No, because
Okay.
I was wanting to, get some so that I can give the people some drugs.
Food.
Give the people some drugs.
Do you think we'll need some tools when we come up to this machine?
I have a multi-tool.
Yeah, those
Okay.
kinds of things are a little
A wrench.
straightforward.
Get that leather.
So I'm gonna keep it real with you. The how to make chems thing is not something I have looked much into. So I
Little of
don't
this.
actually know how what you have to do to make them. I'm trying to look at that now, but boy, it's a dense system.
That's
It's
fair.
just a little of this, a little of that.
A little of that.
Like that.
Okay.
And this thing gets created.
What do you want to make, man? Because there's so much stuff.
I would think another hit of jet, and then was there a psycho as well to help with like strength, I believe.
Psycho gives +2 damage dice to all attacks and +3 physical damage resistance.
Yeah, I would think something like that to
Jet
Just in
Jet
case.
makes you faster. Jet is basically meth. So it gives if you take an extra action on your turn, it costs 1 less action point to do it.
Why do you want us to take meth, Chef?
Seriously.
just in case we run into any
Psycho,
trouble.
I wonder what Psycho is
Is that-
comparable to, because it reduces or it makes you stronger. Effectively, you can take more damage, and you can
It
deal
numbs
more
the
damage.
pain.
So I just
Yeah,
wanna
so I
point out,
wonder what
like,
that's supposed to be.
I just want to point out, like, Parvo, when he's talking about the jet and he's describing what it does, he just kind of looks over there like, I might be interested in one or two of those.
All right, so
Boost and agility a touch.
Chef, do you have any caps? Do you have any money at all?
I think we traded my 10 caps for being able to switch out one of the arms for a laser pistol,
Okay.
I think.
Well, so the problem is, as
Yeah.
you may recall, the folks of New Freeland are constantly wary about their protectors being on drugs. This is a problem they had in the past.
Yeah.
And so basically, without anything to trade for it, and with the
I
jig
have
pretty
fusion
well up,
cells and
down there.
flamer fuel.
Just a town
Oh,
of squares,
no.
man.
I'll
I
step
I
in
could trade
and
some of those.
ask how much it would cost for some of these, because I've got some caps.
And I got broken car parts that's equal to 5 common scrap.
Well, so I mean, they can sell you the stuff to make something,
Mhm.
but he's gonna have to make it. They don't have any of these chemicals
Yeah.
laying around.
Yeah, I would have to.
a single hit of jet to make is going to cost you at least 50 caps.
Oof.
And same for a hit of psycho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
See,
expensive.
how many caps do I have again, just out of curiosity?
Oh, 4.
Oh, you tell me. I don't know. I don't know these things.
Well, I'm trying to remember where exactly you go to even see that.
Because I spent some on drinks and then I passed out.
Oh, I don't have any.
You
caps
may not have
written
started
down,
with any.
so yeah, I don't think I have. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're on your you're on your
damn.
own, Tin Head.
All right. Guess
Anything
we'll
else?
have to do it when we get back.
So the plan basically is to suit up and then head out. Is that
Yeah.
what I understood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. For the record,
With
it
a
is
power
currently
armor
about
suit.
two. Yeah, I don't have that. I ain't got that.
Is it like
It's-
midday or?
It's about 2:00 in the afternoon. Based on the coordinates and a little fact finding, you figure it's going to take about 6 hours to get where you're going. So if you head there now, it's going to put you there in the evening, like as it's starting to get dark.
I would probably say.
Do we
going
want to
out there-
sleep and then go tomorrow first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I would say that would probably be best. I mean,
That way I can get some of my health back.
Mm.
do they have? Do we have like camping potential that we could go out there and set up a camp in the woods?
I got Molotov cocktails. We can clear out a spot.
You too. This is fire fun.
I don't know that you guys are equipped with like specific camping gear, but like, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that they could probably hook you up with. At least some sleeping bags you can throw on the ground. Something that'll
there
keep
you
you
go.
from getting cold and dirty.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some camping gear and then head out, and we'll just make camp out there. What could be so bad out in the wilderness?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
When he says that, like being my background, like nomadic kind of out there and stuff, I just kind of look at him and I just kind of raise my eyebrows and just walk on by. Like, all right.
Same. And I noticed this. Don't you worry. I've spent my fair share of time out there as a nomad too. We'll talk later. I know what's out there. Believe me.
Okay, so if everyone is heading out and you're heading in the direction of these coordinates, I need everybody to make me. You're gonna do a trait test. It's gonna be your survival skill plus your endurance or perception, whichever is better.
Hey,
And that'll be your target number.
Cool.
Oh, I have survival skill. I didn't even realize it.
Mine is a 10.
Mine is also a 10.
So you said
Okay.
perception plus survival. It should be a 9.
Yep,
Jesus.
perception or endurance, whichever's better.
So, do you guys have survival as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Start from the bottom.
Just one.
Damn it, idiot!
That's the rank, right?
Well,
yeah.
I got one success and
Oh,
one
no.
critical fail.
Oh, no.
The robot
I-
failed
Oh.
to survive.
Oh,
I got a critical fail and a failure.
mm.
So what's up with those action
I gotta
points?
be below my number, yeah.
I got a 2.
Yes.
Oh,
I got
So
a success.
an action point just lets you add a d20. It does not let you re-roll.
And we got 2 left.
And you have and you also have 2 critical failures here. Now, if you are wanting to re-roll a d20 just for any reason, you can spend a luck point for that. Everybody should have a number of luck points equal to whatever your luck skill or score is, based on however many you spent. Because I think you spent one already, Cassidy. Right?
I did, and I'm gonna spend another one. So that's gonna take me down to 2.
Okay. And I'm letting you guys take care of that. I'm not keeping track of those. I trust you to tell me the truth on those.
So I have 6 luck points because my luck is a 6, and I
Yes.
didn't use any last time.
Yes.
Do we get these back ever?
This is a short
I don't
game,
know
so we might not even
what
need 'em.
generates them.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll go ahead and re-roll.
So
Yeah,
do we,
I don't see
Yeah,
anything that
fair.
generates them. I'm sure there is something,
do
but
we, I forget. Do we reroll both or just the one?
it's 1d20.
You just add a
1d20.
die, yeah.
Yep,
All right.
you can use a luck point to re-roll 1d20.
I'm rerolling my 20 then. Let's see what I get
Yeah,
this time.
I would
While he's
assume, yes.
rolling that.
I
just
still
wanna be
failed,
clear.
but it's not a
gonna
critical
roll.
fail.
Okay.
Hey, I survived.
All right.
I survived twice.
So that turns my 20 into 2 successes.
All right, so I'm the only failure in life.
Told you, be
That's
careful
not-
out there.
that's not it.
Oh, it is.
Okay, so at this point, we have no critical failures, right?
Right.
Correct.
How many single successes?
Mm,
One under your target number and one over.
me. I'm a single success.
I'm a
Okay.
single success.
Okay, and then 2 double successes, right? The other 2 of you.
Yes.
Okay, so ultimately, what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, which is enough more than your team. That effectively, a little luck goes a long way for you guys here. As you head out into the wilderness away from town. For some of you, it's been a while since you left town, and you've never been this particular direction before. Whichever way you arrived from town, this was not it. So most of you don't really know what you're getting into. But again, a little luck. It comes into play. You're able to light your way as it starts to get darker, and sooner or later, again, after about 6 hours or so, you guys arrive far enough away that no one is aware of your presence yet. At what you can see through some brush and the distance in the clearing is a small but pretty heavily fortified. You could describe it really only as a compound. We're talking about this thing is in the middle of nowhere. There's tall, pale grass that is swaying around in the breeze. It's quite chilly outside. Beyond that grass, again, is a steel building, no windows, a single wide metal door, and appearing to be on guard outside that door, several armed raiders. They don't look too dissimilar from the Diamond City guys that you saw earlier, although they are not armed or dressed in baseball gear. They're chatting with each other, keeping warm by standing next to a few barrels with blazing fires like trash fires. They do not appear to have noticed you, but it is now well into the darkness. It took you a little longer to get there than maybe you thought, so it's probably, you would estimate, around 10 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay, guys, I got an idea. I'm going to go up. I'll introduce myself. I'll ask him if they know anything about what's going on over in New Freedomburg, and we'll get it settled away.
Hunter, you said these are raiders?
They appear to be, yes.
Cassidy
Dressed in a lot of
Don't
leather
do
gear.
that.
There's probably some grease paint makeup. It's not clear what kind of weapons they're wielding from a distance. They don't have them just out at the ready.
Cassidy, his eye twitches because he knows what they are. He looks at Greg and just he pulls his gun out and says, "I don't think that's a good idea." How many of them are there?
There are... See, there are 5 of you. There are 3 of them that you can see.
Yeah, same as Cassidy. I just kind of pull my machete out, and I'm just like, all right.
Greg, have you talked to raiders before?
Yeah, they're usually not friendly, but they might be.
No, raiders are killers and rapists. They're monsters, and they should be put down like monsters.
Okay. And then I pull out a Molotov cocktail.
That's more like it.
I'll take my pistol out as well.
So for those, and I know Asa and Kaz, you weren't here when we did like the intros and stuff. So one of Cassidy's legitimate backstories is that his whole family was murdered by raiders, and his sister was dragged away into the night while he just stood there and watched, and he was too scared to do anything about it. So he over the years has kind of been. No one knows this, so I'm just telling you this out of character. But Cassidy is somewhat of a serial killer. He murders raiders
I can appreciate this
in the worst ways, but he hides it from everybody under the guise of like being righteous. But he hates raiders. So
this is a good opportunity for him and Parvo to lock in and do some good things.
So actually, you know, Greg, maybe that's not such a bad idea. Why don't you go up there and say hi to him?
I have a Molotov cocktail.
Keep that. Is it already lit?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then fuck it! It just guns out.
I mean, I got time, but I got a little bit of time.
So Molotovs work very very conveniently in Fallout, in the game and here too. It's like any first-person shooter where you have a Molotov. It only works when you use it. So it's understood to be it's not going to light anything on fire until you actively throw it like in combat.
If I can be honest with you,
Not a time
I imagined Greg just opening up his like work coat, like, or not work coat, but like the
Just pulling a fully
and
lit
just
one
pulling a
out
lit
from...
Molotov cocktail out of it.
He keeps it in What is it called? Hammer space? He has like cocktail space. He's got it hidden
All right.
in his jacket.
So if I could,
Quickly, is anyone approaching stealthily? Are you guys trying to hide
I
your
will.
approach in any way
I will
whatsoever?
attempt.
Oh,
Okay.
Because
that's
it's
a
already
shame.
dark out.
That's a shame.
If it's dark
It is dark
I-
out, yes.
Yeah, if it's dark out, if she's gonna be, I want to flank the opposite direction, but to kind of lean into a more kind of like stealthily approach as well. Like,
Okay.
Although you are both
Anybody
aware
who is-
that Greg has pulled out a Molotov cocktail that he will be throwing in that general direction. Just-
Anyone who
That's
is
a
approaching
distraction.
stealthily needs to make an agility plus your stealth skill test, whatever that target number is.
stealth skill.
11.
Sneak.
Would you say that I
Should
need
be stealth.
to?
Is it sneak?
It's
I don't
sneak.
have a stealth.
That is sneak. That's weird. The book itself calls it stealth. Yeah, it's sneak. That's what
We got
I'm
a
looking for.
3. Single
Yay.
success.
Okay.
I'm on it. Mine is double success because 12 is my number to fall under.
Damn.
Okay, so you guys get an action point back. You're back up to 3. Parvo, you in particular, Luna, you're able to make it up close to the compound without, as best you can tell, being seen. No one seems to react to your appearance. Parvo, you too. What's unique about your approach, on the other hand, though, is approaching from a different angle at the building. Once you get up close, you see that. So you kind of start taking in your surroundings, listening to the sounds, taking in the sights, etc. And you notice that of the things around the building, it looks like that big metal door is the only entrance, right? Except there is an open air duct near the corner that kind of near where you approach. And a moment later, you know something's off, and then it dawns on you, just like in a moment of clarity. There's no air cycling through there. And it's big enough that a person could fit through it pretty
Man,
easily.
I'm down for this.
Okay.
He's down to clown.
Are you just want to try to head in?
So the whole thing is just major compound. They're outside of the gate, I presume.
Yes, they're outside the door.
I've already gotten past them. I'm behind them,
Pretty
so
much,
to
yeah.
speak. And
Yeah.
we're actively trying to get into this compound. Yes, Cassidy and crew.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to go in there and see if they're like. I want to enter this thing with the intention of trying to figure out another way to get the whole crew in.
Okay, but
Okay.
he's got a lit Molotov.
Yeah, but I'm past them.
It's not lit. It's not.
I'm getting past them.
It
I'm
is
getting
lit
into
only for the
duct.
purposes of appearance.
And in the back of my brain, I am remembering this thing that Greg's got, and I do want to get out of the way, and that means going into this vent. So yes, let's do that.
Okay, so it is. There is like a grate over it. To remove that to get into it, you're going to need to make. The test you're going to need to pass is your perception plus your repair skill. That's your target number.
Perception plus repair to. Okay. Can I?
Yep,
can
you're
I-
trying to like
okay.
pry the gate off and enter it.
Oh, so it's not strength.
Well, if you do strength, it's going to be a little too loud. Basically,
fair
if you're
enough.
trying to continue to be stealthy, yeah, you need to do it
Fair
quietly. The perception part is basically knowing that you're doing this quietly enough that nobody is hearing you.
Okay, I got one success.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. You're able to remove whatever the connecting hinges are to that thing, and sure enough, the gate opens. You catch it and lower it quietly to the ground.
Cool.
You can walk right in if you want.
I'll pop right into it. Am I like just curiosity? Am I stand tall in this place, or is this more of like I'm hunched down, kind of limited?
No, it's human size. Like this is a
Okay,
pretty
cool.
big building, so yeah, you can pretty much just walk right in.
All right, I'm in there, and
Yep.
I carry on through.
Okay, then you're gone.
Yep.
Anybody who was watching him would have been able to see him do this from a distance. So decide what you want to do amongst yourselves. Luna, you witnessed this take place in the sense that you're there, but you have not actually entered. I will be right back.
Hey, where'd that little guy go?
He pulled something off the wall and just went inside on the side there.
Let's turn to Chef. Chef, you're a robot. Don't you have any kind of like night vision or rocket boosters or anything like that?
In character creation, I had to trade that for being able to use my pistol.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over your way, and if you like direct me to go where he went, I'll go there. Otherwise, I'm staying put to attack.
Tactical wise, I think sneaking in would be a better idea. But character wise,
But
there's no way that Cassie would not want to kill these.
just attack.
Yeah.
Which same thing. I'm down to attack if that's the route it goes. Luna is not a decision maker.
Hunter, are these three raiders? So just out of curiosity, two things. One, how close together are they? Like, would one Molotov cocktail hit all of them?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're alternating being huddled around that trash barrel and moving back to the door. And the barrel's not really that far from there. And so this game again plays with kind of abstract like zones of where people are to fight. They are in like the short. Well, for you guys, they're in the long range zone. They're at a distance, but they are within short range of each other.
And am I absolutely positive that these are raiders?
They absolutely look like raiders. I mean, that's all I can tell you. They look like raiders. They are dressed like raiders. You have not heard them speak, but they are dressed like raiders.
That's good enough for me. I'm just gonna turn to Greg and say, "Light them up."
All right.
So what's happening?
And then
So I
Chef,
guess-
get that flamethrower ready.
I get
So
my
I guess I need.
flamethrower out.
Well, so
I get the flamethrower ready.
this is part of why I don't like this movement in this game. So am I close enough to throw it there, or would I need to like move out of
the
cover
difficulty
to get...
of the test goes higher. That's what it is. You are at what I would consider to be, like I said, long range. So the difficulty of the test is higher than it would be normally.
Okay, so what would I need to do to like move? I'm assuming like if I moved up to Luna, would that make it like bring it down to from
Yes,
high
it would
to
make
medium?
it would make it an easier throw on you. But if you want to do that quietly, you're going to have to make a stealth check or a sneak check.
Which one was that?
Or just
Agility?
go in
It
and
is-
do it.
It is agility plus sneak.
Sneaky.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Excuse me.
Okay,
Or
so
just be
agility plus
yourself and
sneak.
walk up and go, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Boom.
No, it's gonna be slightly different. Okay.
Y'all
So
get
I
whacked.
light it first
Okay.
because it's just it's the little it's
Yeah.
not much. So
For the
I have-
record, I am never worried about like when you throw it, it is considered to be lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got my fancy lighter, so I'm I
Yeah.
pull out the lighter, flick it.
It's engraved. What is it engraved with, or like what does it say? Is it a symbol? What's on it?
It's a name, and I forgot the name I was gonna use.
Okay.
Shit.
Well, whoever it is, it's obviously your best friend.
No, it's my wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
That got real.
But I can't remember what the name that I picked out was.
Fair enough.
But it's a
Maybe
a woman's-
Greg can't remember either. Like
no. Greg remembers Ace.
he has to look every once in a while, and he's like, oh yeah.
Ace is just dumb. It's a woman's name. Flips it, lights it, and then starts moving.
We don't see it. The audience doesn't see it anyway. There's an engraving,
Yeah.
but your hand moves too quickly.
And I needed, so that's a 6 and a 2. Oh, 2 is a success. So I got 1 success. So
One
I move
success.
I move up to Luna.
Yes.
'Cause I had to be
yeah,
a
you're
5.
you're able to get up like close to the building basically and be kind of hidden in that area.
Okay. So that brings the difficulty down. And
Yes.
then so to throw, I have 3 for throwing because that's my tagged
Mm-hmm.
skill. It's throwing plus strength, I believe.
I think. Let me look at that real quick and tell you for certain.
Where
That
is
sounds
my-
right, but I want to make sure. Yeah, thrown weapon is either so it's perception
was-
plus explosives
Sorry, it was
because
Judith.
this is something that blows up.
That just popped in
Judith.
my head.
Okay.
Judith, yeah.
Yeah, so this is an explosive weapon, so perception plus explosives.
Perception plus explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. Okay. That's less good. Not terrible, but less good. Okay, so I have to beat a 9. Nope. That was a fail.
Did you?
We
I
have
haven't moved
action
them down.
points, right?
You have 3 of them, yes.
Yeah.
Also, effectively, at this point, you're... Well, no, you moved, so that would eliminate the time taken to, like, aim, quote-unquote. But you do have action points, yeah. Or however many luck points you have left. Now, you can only spend 1 per, like, round, quote-unquote.
Yeah.
But...
I'll go ahead and use one of my luck points because I still have 5 left, so that brings me to 4.
Okay. And you re-roll a d20.
That is a success, though.
Okay,
There we go.
that's what I'm looking for. So basically, like, is the goal here, like, kind of from the shadows to just lean around and huck that thing?
Yes. Just
Okay.
like so what are we like? We're crouched in a bush, or what are we like crouched behind?
Whatever works for you guys, however you want to flavor it. You're up close.
Okay, so we're just
Dude.
like behind a bush that's nearby.
Yeah,
I
close enough
stand
to the
up.
building that you guys are in the same zone.
I stand up and just chuck it, at the center of where the 3 are, and then
Yeah.
a Molotov is 4. It is persistent blast throw.
Hold on to that. Hold on to
Okay.
those rolls. So cinematically, what happens here is Cassidy, you and Chef are still at a distance, kind of watching this, taking in the scene of what happens, and you see like the blazing of the fire. It arcs through the air, goes toward the Raiders, hits one of them. Actually, Greg, roll me a d20.
Roll a d20. 4.
4. It hits one of them just square in the chest and explodes in this shatter of glass and flammable liquid, and indeed fire. You guys see that happen from a distance. Is the plan then to like charge in pretty much
Yes.
for you and Chef?
Just start
Okay.
shooting.
That's what I'm understanding.
Yeah. So cinematically, that happens. You guys see it. We cut back and we see that throw again from the Raider's eyes, who turns and sees this bottle come out of the night, pretty much out of the darkness, and crash into him. You hear the scream. Cut off there. Cut back to Parvo, who is walking through these air ducts, right? Like making his way into the building. So Parvo, you are unaware of any of this happening outside.
Do I
You're
sense? Do
completely-
I hear any like booms,
Nope.
vibrations? Okay.
You're far enough into the building
Place
at this
of
point that you are completely unaware of any of this taking place.
Guys is about to discover a very well guarded orphanage.
Still
As
Raiders.
you weave through the air ducts, eventually you come to the opposite end of one of them, and it's not really clear what's on the other side. The vent is a little too tight. I'm assuming you want to remove it and make your way in.
Tight as
Okay.
in like it's the same size. It's not like I
Yeah,
need-
same kind of
Okay,
deal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to remove
Yeah,
it.
just one end to the other. Yeah, I'm not going to make you make a test for that. You're capable of doing it even quietly if you want to, now that you kind of know how it works. It takes a second and you're able to remove it and step out into the inside of this building. So the inside, it's pretty clearly, again, it looks like a fortified compound, much like it did on the outside, but more on the inside. Very clean, very sterile. And a pretty unexpected sight as you enter there. There's artificial sunlight shining down from the ceiling. It fills this one single large room that you've entered. Like you can anticipate, this whole place is one room as you look
And there's
around at the
nobody in
size
here,
and
you
scope of
think?
this place.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
At the center of the room is this really tall, sort of spiraling bit of machinery, like it spirals upward. Blinking lights. It looks almost alien in origin. Like if you had any concept of an alien, that's what you would anticipate as the kind of thing they might interact with regularly. Around it is, and this is the weirdest part, around the machine, flowery grass and buildings that look like the central square of New Freeland. Like it's eerily
Mini,
similar,
It's like a
if
little
not
mini-
identical. No, it's pretty much full size.
It's a big room.
Every inch is perfect the longer you look at it, all the way down to like the scratches of lovers' names in the trunk of a replicated tree. Like even something you've passed that small of a detail, you would still see that being the case. And wandering around this town square going about their business, having conversations as though everything is normal, are a number of people that are identical to people that you saw in New Freeland. Almost like the exact same scene before everything broke out in the town square. As you're kind of taking in this sight, from behind you, you hear a like a cough, and this quiet, kind of nasally voice goes, "I see that you've found my little miracle. How wonderful." You turn, and there's an older gentleman behind you, kind of diminutive, physically weak in appearance. He looks like an older guy. Clean white lab coat. He's got what resembles that Pip-Boy that Luna's wearing, but it's not like Vault branded, like kind of a wrist computer. He coughs again. He gestures to the town square and says, "I'm one of the Institute's chief scientists. Come, friend, please let me show you around. I believe you will find my work fascinating." And that's where we're going to cut it off for tonight.
That was probably a good move because I was.
But I hit someone with a Molotov.
Yeah.
And indeed, that will play out next week. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for tonight.
One of those things that makes you think maybe we shouldn't have thrown a Molotov so quickly, but they are raiders.
I just got this feeling.
As far as you know.
Kind of
Don't
like what
you do that
Greg
to me.
said a while ago. It kind of reminds me of that scene on Suicide Squad in the latest one where they go through and they end like the entire camp and realize, oh, these are actually the good people.
I didn't watch Suicide Squad, so
The new one. The new one's a good one.
I haven't watched it.
You
should
must
watch that
on
one.
HBO Max.
Nah.
One without
All right.
Will Smith.
Guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Again, you can go back and listen to all of the previous episodes of the Fallout Adventure with a Bang or a Whimper at Podzilla1985.com. There are now no more than 2 left, for the record. We have no more than 2 episodes
very
left.
twisty.
Maybe 1,
episode.
maybe 2. Yes, maybe 1, maybe 2. The goal at this point is, we will definitely be done in 2, because we'll have next week the 5th, the following week the 12th, and then after that, on Tuesday the 19th, we begin the Curse of Strahd campaign. D&D 5th edition. Cody has taken over for our next large-scale campaign as the DM. A lot of good stuff to see from that currently because we've been ramping up for that for a couple of days now. Character sheets and images and all sorts of stuff at the Podzilla Facebook page. And then Shannon, tell them what else is going on this week.
Well, on Wednesday, we've got an all new Pro Wrestling Unscripted. Of course, the Forbidden Door was opened on Sunday. CCW had their Super Show on Saturday. And from what I'm reading here, it looks like Alan Angels has blacked out his profile picture and taken AEW off his Twitter. So there may be some AEW releases coming. We don't know, but we'll be talking about that tomorrow. On Wednesday, of course, you can hear a similar show but better on Thursday with Nerdiest Part of the Ring with Asa and Dalton. I'm just honesty. And then Thursday on Podzilla, we're going to have an all-new After Dark. You could also go back and listen to last night's episode of I Want to Believe. We had a special edition of After Dark on Monday that was before Roe v. Wade, so we don't talk about it on there. Thursday, we'll probably talk about it. And then on Friday, it's probably some horse shit.
Horse.
With shirtless
That's right.
Bible salesmen. Why aren't you wearing a shirt, Hunter?
Well, I mean, the Bible doesn't wear a shirt, right? All right. And then again, next week.
And then on
here
Saturday.
Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute.
And then on Saturday, it's a special episode where Steven will be doing stand-up. And we're all excited about that.
All right, that was great. Anyway,
That's just a small taste of what you can expect from Steven Says.
exactly. All right, guys, until next week, as always, for Shannon, for Lindsay, for Kaz, for Asa, and for Steven, I am your Game Master Double H. Until then, as always, war never changes, and we'll see you Tuesday.